I am super excited for Hogwarts Legacy. The game looks really interesting, graphically pleasing, and from the information and trailers out there, I'm leaning on the side of it looking like a pretty good game within the Wizarding world. We can't say for sure, of course, until we've played it for ourselves, but with what we have seen, I'm definitely hopeful. And in this one, we're going to go over some of the new characters that we will find and possibly befriend as companions within the game, potions that we know are confirmed within the game, as well as a tease on the Forbidden Forest. So if you like us keeping you up to date on Hogwarts Legacy, then definitely click like and subscribe down below because it really does help us out, and click the bell because we have loads of content planned every single day for you guys. We've been trying to figure out amongst ourselves what would be the best item to turn into a Horcrux, so tell us your theories in the comments down below. Let's jump into it by going over potions that we know are in the game so far. Firstly, potions are of course a thing within Hogwarts Legacy. What we do know is that we will be able to make them, but first you will need a recipe, and then you will also need to go and gather the ingredients to actually make the recipe itself. It looks like it's safe to assume that the recipes will be infinite, while the ingredients will still need to be gathered and will be consumed to make the potion. Some ingredients will definitely be more expensive or rare than others, but for the specifics we'll have to wait and see until we can play for ourselves. First is the Wiggenweld potion. This is a green potion that, believe it or not, was already featured in a game back in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for PlayStation 1. In the words of Professor Severus Snape, the Wiggenweld potion, it's a powerful healing potion that can be used to heal injuries or reverse the effects of a sleeping drought. In the Harry Potter storyline, he actually makes this potion in his 6th year at the Potions Club, and this potion will likely be a staple within the game as our healing and health potion. If it can cure wounds, it's definitely going to be used to help us mid-combat or after combat, so it's kind of expected that this one might be a more common one to make, but again we'll have to wait and see. Next up is the Felix Felicis, or as some may know it, Liquid Luck. We know that this one is in the game as a PlayStation exclusive, which gives us good reason to assume that it's probably not going to be too powerful as it is within the actual books. The drinker of the Felix Felicis potion will have incredible good luck for an entire day. Maybe this will be linked to finding rare ingredients, items, or something like that within the game itself. And for our next potion, we think it's going to be an invisibility potion. This has already been featured before in the LEGO Harry Potter Years 1 through 4 game, and we can actually see this in the trailer being used, and it would make sense that this is a potion since it already exists within the Wizarding world. Unfortunately, we don't think that this is the invisibility cloak, as we already know that that is a one-of-a-kind item that Harry obtained, so it's highly unlikely we will have access to that as well within Hogwarts Legacy. If you plan to play a Slytherin character, an invisibility potion is definitely going to pair nicely with that. For other potions, I wanted to give a shout out to this one that you can see them use in the trailer, which appears to give the character hardened skin, which I'm guessing will be a combat buff, as well as the thought about a Polyjuice potion that would either allow you to customize your character's appearance whenever you like, or to infiltrate other common rooms, so that is a good one to think about as well. Next up though, let's go over some of the new characters that we know of as well as some of their stories. We know a little bit about one character from Slytherin, Hufflepuff and Gryffindor, so let's start off with Gryffindor, and the character is Nasai Onai, at least I think that's how you say it. Originally, she's from an enormous wizarding school in Matabeleland in Africa. She moved to Scotland though when her mother began teaching in Hogwarts as the Professor of Divination. We know that she has a drive for justice, which is possibly tied into her backstory at Matabeleland, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays into these stories and missions with her as our companion. Next is the Slytherin student Sebastian Sallow. He's mischievous and is obsessed with the dark arts. His family are rumoured to also have been connected to the dark arts, which we'll have to wait and see to figure out more on that, but what we do know is that Sebastian has a twin sister who is affected by a horrible curse. So could this be linked to his drive to learn the dark arts in order to save his sister? We'll have to wait to find out more. Finally is the Hufflepuff student Poppy Sweeting, who absolutely loves the magical creatures around Hogwarts. She is supposedly a descendant of Havelock Sweeting, who was a magic zoologist that did research on unicorns and is popularly known for that. Poppy is also known to protest against poaching, which may be part of a quest or mission in the game by the evil forces that we're fighting, so it's likely all tied into the story somehow. And next up, let's go over the official Hogwarts Twitter page, because they recently teased a Forbidden Forest tweet saying, explaining what awaits you within the Forbidden Forest. A small video was attached to this tweet, but nothing of note seems to happen. There's a few creepy noises in it. However, the Forbidden Forest being in the game itself is really cool and could open up some super interesting things to see and explore. We know that the grounds of the Forbidden Forest are of course forbidden for students, and for good reason due to the dangers within them. However, some creatures are definitely worth the risk to see. We know that there are things like centaurs, unicorns, thestrals, hippogriffs, wolves, giant spiders, forest trolls, and much more within the lore of the Forbidden Forest, so it's going to be incredibly cool to explore this place in-game and see what they've put in there for us to encounter. So tell us in the comments if you know anything else about the Forbidden Forest and what we might encounter in this time period, as the game is set in the 1800s, so some things will or will not be in there because of the time period it's set in, but it's going to be super interesting nonetheless, so put your speculation down in the comments below. And do click like if you found this video interesting or helpful to show support to us, and subscribe because we have so much content planned for you guys every single day. The two videos on screen now we think you might really enjoy if you did enjoy this one. You don't have to click them, but if you did find this one helpful, then definitely check them out and tell us what you think after watching in the comments down below.